What's up, everybody? Welcome to another show, NBA show, betting show from SBR. Make sure you guys go to sbrpicks.com/NBA to check out all the NBA content and articles that we have over there. I'm your host, Jay Money. That's my guy, Junior Browne. We got a new guest on the show, BlackJack Fletcher. What's up, BlackJack? Tell him who you are, my guy.
What's happening, brother? I'm glad to be here. I'm looking forward to talking some NBA action with you guys. You may have seen me around the betting landscape before. I've done some stuff with SBR in the past, Barstool Sports, the Action Network. I've been all over the place, Jay. And now I'm here talking about the NBA with you. Can't wait. Let's get some wins.
Let's get to it, man. That's what Junior. You already know. That's what we about, man. We about get to some wins, and nobody's gonna watch the show if we're not winning. So, nope. Junior, what's up, my guy? Everything good with you?
Yeah, can't complain. I mean, I know I was just complaining right before the show started, but that was about a different league, so we won't get into that league. As far as the NBA, as far as I can remember, my picks from the show went 2-1. I had Miami first half, Miami full game. The first half hit, full game did not. I'm trying to remember my other pick. I'm pretty sure it was the Suns plus 3.5 against the Pacers, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry guys, I just don't remember. It was a couple of days ago, but I know my picks went 2-1 on Saturday. So just trying to keep it going as long as we're cashing tickets. That's the point of the show. But obviously, as Jay has repeated many times, we don't tell y'all how much to bet. We don't tell y'all what to bet. We tell you what we like. You guys make your own decisions. It's your money. Don't let anybody tell you what to do with your hard-earned money.
Exactly. Yep. Tough weekend for me, man. I must say, I had the Hawks on Saturday, guys. So y'all know how they went. The Hawks look terrible right now. Bogdanovich did go down and Nelwyn with the fractured knee. So It seemed everything really did take a turn after that. The Hawks they were kind of in it, but after Bogdanovich, I mean, oh boy, it's absolutely tough after that. They got blown out the water in Charlotte after that. Took the loss on Saturday, man. It was a tough weekend. But it's a new week, trying to get to it, man. I know last week, Monday through Friday, was extremely hot. So let's try to get to it today, my guys. First game of the day, we're going to try to get to it. Knicks versus the Hornets. BlackJack. This game opened up at Hornets minus 4.5. Total sitting at 212 right now, BlackJack. Any looks on this one, Knicks versus Hornets?
Yeah, I like the Knicks here, Jay. I like the Knicks quite a bit, actually. Knicks in the second game of a back-to-back, which normally you'd kind of be a little bit leery of, but Thibodeau's teams have been profitable in this situation over the years. The Knicks are young. I don't think it's going to be a huge issue for them to be on the second leg here. The Hornets have won 3 in a row. You got two teams that are 5-5, right? And I don't know if either one of these teams is any good, but they kind of remind you of each other a little bit. I think that I want the points here with the Knicks. Julius Randle has been playing outside of his mind for New York. I don't see any reason why that won't continue against Charlotte. And RJ Barrett has played really well. Like, I think he's made a lot of improvement from year one to year two so far. I like the Knicks here catching the points.
That's my guy. You already coming on here speaking my type of language. You know, what's up, Junior? What you thinking on this game, my guy? The Hornets, they've looked good. LaMelo Ball, youngest player, triple-double over there. They're making history. Do they have somewhere of a letdown here? They keep it going, Junior?
I'm a little bit leery of the Hornets. I do like BlackJack's look, though. If I had to pick a side, I would take the points. I'm just a little bit scared. Number one, the Knicks have failed to score 90 points in 2 straight games. Number two, the Hornets are catching fire, so I don't have as much confidence as BlackJack, but. Well, first of all, you just mentioned LaMelo Ball. At some point, they're going to have to start him over Devontae Graham only because they're paying Terry Rozier the amount of money they are. They can't not start Terry Rozier. And Terry Rozier, to his credit, has improved a lot compared to what he looked like last year. But LaMelo looks like a real NBA player, bro. You're not averaging 13, 6, and 6 by accident. I don't know if he can keep up this shooting percentage because, if you look at what he was doing in New Zealand, the shooting was pretty erratic, but that also comes with shot selection. And he's playing in a situation where the talent level is way higher, so his shot selection obviously has to be way better if he wants to get minutes because that coach over there in Charlotte does not play games. But as far as this game, guys, that's a pass for me.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm with my guy BlackJack on this one. I do like the Knicks here. They're catching points. You look at the Hornets; they've been favorites 3 times this year. Each time they've lost the game. They are coming off a win here. They have beaten the Knicks 4 straight times, so the Knicks should have some motivation here. Reggie Bullock is out for the Knicks. They do have a starter down, but as we know, they have some guys that come off the bench that can fill in for him. Main thing here, the Hornets. So the Knicks really struggle against teams that can drive into the hole with big guys that, you know what I'm saying, they struggle really defending the paint, even though they have Mitchell Robinson. He's not really a good internal defender. So the Hornets are mainly a shooting team. So what the Knicks do, they're real good defending the 3-point ball. So there's really a clash of what teams like to do here. I think that the Knicks match up well with the Hornets here. And like I say, Hornets on 3 as favorites this year. I'm looking for that to continue. I think that this is a winnable game for the Knicks here on the back-to-back after losing by 20 points. So I like the Knicks. They're getting the points, and it's pretty much a fade of the Hornets laying points as well. 4.5. They're not there. You like the Hornets when they're catching points and they're a dog, not really laying points. So I like the Knicks there, my guy BlackJack. Next game up on the rundown, a little bit of playoff revenge here, guys. We got the Bucks here versus the Magic. Bucks land 10 points on the road, like it opened up at 7.5 up to 10. Probably some Giannis news there. I know he was questionable, not for sure a go yet. Evan Fournier is out for Orlando Junior. Do you happen to have a look on this one? I know you like that Bucks first half a lot.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like I mentioned on the last show where the Bucks came up, I think it was where I was laying points against Utah. I mentioned after watching that game, which is really the first time I watched an entire Bucks game, this is not the same team. They still have Middleton, they still have Giannis, but the core of their team is really I don't know. It just looks different. Obviously, the Holiday signing was a big deal. DiVincenzo's a starter now. I'm not 100% sure I want to be laying that many points with this version of the Bucks. They definitely didn't do anything to convince me of that opinion by scoring 100 points against the undermanned Cavs in their last game either. So even though Orlando looks like Atlanta has a lot of problems, to say the least. I'm still not comfortable laying that many points with the Bucks until I see them put a couple of good games together. And they're playing 2 very subpar teams in their next 2 games. So unless I see them smashed by 20 or more, I am not in the Bucks laying points business right now.
Got you. BlackJack, we saw the Magic win that first game last year in the playoffs in round 1 versus the Bucks, and then went on to pretty much lose those next 4. Do you think that the Magic can get some playoff revenge here? Their roster's a little bit short, though.
I mean, I think it's possible. I'm with Junior, though. This game is a stay away from me because I don't trust Milwaukee yet to lay double digits. I think that Giannis probably does play tonight, but I can't imagine you're playing him anywhere close to his normal minutes that he's going to see. And until this team really starts to do what they did last year, which is just blow the doors off these bad teams, I'm not laying double digits. So for me, this one's a pass.
Exactly. Definitely a pass for me. I don't like the fact, obviously, they're missing Fultz still over there. And so they do have Cole Anthony coming in as the starting point guard, which he's a rookie, so you don't necessarily want that. But when they do get Fournier back, I do think it'll help out a lot because they'll start to move to Fournier as the starting point, main ball handler, and just have Cole Anthony kind of, running off ball screens or whatever, kind of, the backup point guard or whatever. But I have to wait till Fournier gets back. That 10 is a lot in a row. It's a total stay away from me. It was leaning towards the Magic here, but like I say, it's just an iffy spot. But so you do have DJ Augustine coming back to Orlando as well, which he hadn't really fared well. Him and Forbes hadn't really fared well. Like Junior says, their Bucks, the bench for the Bucks over there really hasn't come together yet. Bobby Portis, they're just not really playing well. And DiVincenzo coming in off the bench now a starter, he hadn't really gelled as well. So it's a lot of moving parts over there for the Bucks. They'll probably get the win, but you ask them to win by double digits on the roads, my guys. I'm actually leaning towards the Magic in that one, but no play for me. Next game up, we have the Suns versus the Wizards, BlackJack. Russell Westbrook will be out for a little while. I think he's going to be out for a couple of weeks here. So you still got Bradley Beal back in, BlackJack. What you thinking here? Do the Suns stay hot?
I'm thinking I'm laying the points with Phoenix here. Washington has not impressed me this season. They've done absolutely nothing to impress me in either of their 2 wins. this year. Phoenix, on the other hand, starts out 7-3. They look like they're already really fitting in the new pieces nicely with Paul and Crowder. And a couple of those 7 wins, guys, have been really good wins. Like this isn't just they've been beating up on, the Kings and cellar dwellers in the East. A couple of these wins are really nice wins by Phoenix. I'll lay the points here with Phoenix. There's nothing on the Washington side of this equation to inspire any sort of confidence here.
Got you. Junior. One real quick, BlackJack. Do you play any totals? Because I know me and Junior, we really, we don't really play a lot of totals. Jordan, the guy that was on here, that's out on maternity leave, he kind of played a lot of totals. Do you look at? Quick question. Do you look at any totals?
Absolutely, brother. And I got one on here. That you talked about betting the mortgage on. We might be doing that. We might be trying to make up for a 1-5 NFL weekend on one of these totals later.
Gotcha. Junior, what you thinking on this game? Bucks versus Magic, guy. Or no, sorry, Suns versus Wizards.
It's my official play. I'm laying the points with the Suns. I agree with BlackJack. I think Thomas Bryant going out for the season is a killer blow for the Wizards. He's not the greatest player in the world, but for that team, he's super important. He plays above the rim. He's a pretty tough guy. He gives them a presence inside. Now, who's taking those minutes? Robin Lopez, I think. That's a disaster as far as now they don't have. I mean, the pick and roll lob is one of the Wizards' go-to plays. That's completely out the window with Robin Lopez as the starting center. I guess the defense will improve because Bryant's not nearly the defender Lopez is, but I don't know. That doesn't look like a net plus to me for that team. Russell Westbrook is apparently out with a quad problem. And to be honest with you, even if both of those guys are healthy, I still would lay the points with Phoenix. So the fact that those two are out makes it a slam dunk for me. I'm taking them full game and first half. I'm on Phoenix all day.
Gotcha. Definitely a clash of styles here. The Suns, who their offense really hadn't been clicking, but their defense is always there. The Suns do it with defense. The Wizards, they don't play any defense at all. It's pretty much all offense. They try to go out there and outscore you. They're 0-5 at the house. No look for me on this game. Absolutely no look. I can definitely see why you guys are taking the Suns there. The Wizards scrappy. Like you say, Thomas Bryant out. No Westbrook. It's not one that I'm looking to back, especially with the Suns playing light years better defense here. I could definitely see them pulling away. I don't want to lay it with the Suns on the road. But let's get to the next game, my guys. Definitely good look by you guys, though. Definitely good look. Next game up, we got the 76ers versus the Hawks. I don't even want to talk about this fucking team, man. I can't stand the Hawks. I can't stand the Hawks, man. They're taking money out of my pocket. But now we look at the 76ers. They're down a bunch of bodies. Who they don't have Shake Milton or Tobias Harris. No Ben Simmons in this one. They do have Joel Embiid, but the 76ers may barely have 8 players to dress once again, BlackJack. Any look on this one?
No. And honestly, I think we're lucky if this game gets played at this point because I'm pretty sure the Sixers have exactly 8 bodies for this one. And their starting lineup, guys, I mean, it's one of the worst starting lineups I can remember. I mean, Tyrese Maxey, Isaiah Joe, Danny Green, Mike Scott, Joel Embiid. That's the starting 5 for Philadelphia. And then there's 3 guys that couldn't crack that lineup. I want no part of this because, like you said, the Hawks, I can't count on the Hawks to deliver this one, and there's no way in hell I'm touching the Sixers, so I'm out.
Guys, yeah, Junior, one of these games the damn Hawks are going to bust out. It's just this team has pissed me off so much. One of these games Trae Young's still playing hurt. Junior, it's like if your wrist is hurt and you can't play, you can't shoot the way that you usually would. Why the hell are you still out there playing, bro? That's what pissed me off about the Hawks. But Trae Young's, he's still hurt. He's still going to play though, Junior. What you think about this, my guy?
I think that Lloyd Pierce's job is in a lot of trouble. The Hawks don't look anything like the team that started the season. Their offense looks like you like to say, they're just out there playing ball, like they're at the Y, like someone called next, and they just like when they had 4 other dudes, it's just like let's run. Like that's what they look like they're out there doing. Even John Collins kind of alluded to that fact, right? That The person that's supposed to be running the team is not running the team. So I'm not really sure what to think of these guys. I know they're not a bet-on team. This looks like a spot where they should absolutely smash these guys. Yet I can't put money on that. So it's a pass for me. I'll live bet it. Like if I watch the game and I think the Hawks look interested and they're actually moving the ball, because when they move the ball, they got a lot of guys that can attack the basket. Some pretty athletic guys, Cam Reddish, DeAndre Hunter. These are big, tall, athletic wings. Obviously, John Collins plays above the rim. Capella plays above the rim. Like there's no reason why they should be hovering around. Basically, in the last 4 games, they're barely scoring 100 points a game. In fact, they're scoring less than 100 points a game. So there's nothing about the Hawks that make them a bet-on team. And as BlackJack carefully explained to us, you can't possibly bet on this Philly lineup. I don't care how many points you're giving me. So it's a pass for me.
Gotcha. Yeah, when I'm looking, it's Hawks or nothing, man. They should be able to come in here and get the win. But I mean, if they don't win against this, you fired the whole staff tonight. Like, you don't even let them make it out the arena. Your ass fired. You clean out everything from your desk. Get your ass up out of here, man. You bring in Mark Jackson, somebody, bro. What's wrong with Mark Jackson in Atlanta? There's nothing wrong with that, man. You got to get some of these jokes out of here, man. Try to bring in new young guys. I understand that sometimes you got to go and get proven guys, man. But all right, that's enough. I'm sorry, guys. No, look, there's no way in hell I'm betting on the Hawks. In theory, they should smash. If anybody, this is my thing with the 76ers, somebody gets in foul trouble like they did versus the Nuggets, it's going to get ugly. You just keep driving at them. I mean, they can't pretty much get fouled out. If they do, they know it's just going to get even worse. So it's a tough game. In theory, Hawks should smash, but I'm staying far away from this. I'm not betting on any COVID games because the 2 we've had so far, what happened, one team was up by a bunch. And then before you know it, it's a close game. Super fishy to me, man. Super fishy. I mean, the Nuggets were up 22, man, with like a couple minutes left, and they only end up winning that game by 2. The Heat was finna blow them out. They win by 4. Y'all can bet it if you want, guys. The next game up on the rundown is not gonna happen, unfortunately. There's all this BS going on. Sorry, guys. Pelicans versus Mavs. It's not gonna happen. It's postponed. A lot of COVID stuff going on. Contact tracing. I don't know if the Magic game is going to be played, if you want me to be perfectly honest. They just played the Mavs, got a player tested positive with COVID-19. So what are we doing here, guys? Go back to the bubble. But next game up on the rundown after the Pelicans and Mavs, we're going Raptors Blazers. Hopefully this game will actually happen. BlackJack, when you have a look on this one, the Raptors have not looked good. Because Siakam had a shot to win the game last night. It went in and out. Super tough one. Do they bounce back tonight, BlackJack?
I don't know if the Raptors are going to bounce back tonight in terms of win, but this is the total, J Money. This is the one. Over 230.5 here. I couldn't love this more if I tried. This is unbelievable, right? The Blazers have been putting points up left and right. I mean, they have been scoring unbelievably well. Toronto, most people think of Toronto and they think of the team from 2 years ago, right? This team that plays like lockdown defense. Not this year. Not so much. And the Raptors offensively can put points up, right? I mean, they put up 144 the other night. I mean, you're looking at 2 teams that can put a lot of points on the board here. You're giving me 230.5. I'm all over this. This is my favorite bet of the night.
Gotcha. We got a best bet from my guy BlackJack, and it's a total for guys in the chat. He likes the over 230.5 Raptors versus Blazers. Junior, what do you think about this game? You think that the Blazers can smack them up with? Because the Raptors is BlackJack. I don't know if you know, Junior used to live up there in Toronto, so he's real close with this Raptors team.
My favorite city.
Junior, what you thinking on them tonight? They've been playing sticky. They're trying to get back to old form somewhat, Junior. A little back-to-back spot. What you thinking about your old squad?
Yeah, the Raptors stink, but I do agree with something that BlackJack said in terms of their defense. That's kind of the reason why they can't string any wins together, because last year they were an elite defense, right? They finished second in the league in defense. Right now they're 18th in a 30-team league. That means you're below average. And that second in the league in defense last year wasn't a fluke. The Raptors have finished top 4 in defense for like 5 straight years. So basically their entire identity is really based around defense. And if they're not doing that, they're not a good team. So I don't really know any other way to say that. So in terms of BlackJack's total, that's what makes it a good look because the Blazers are going to put up points. Speaking of not playing defense, the Blazers never play defense.
Nope.
So the Raptors can get points. The Raptors guards can get off against these Blazers guards. So we'll see. The worrying thing for the Raptors is Plastic Siakam's actually starting to play well, and they're still not getting wins.
Mm-hmm.
That's their problem over there. So, but again, until they start getting stops, they're not going to get wins.
I don't know what to think of this Raptors team because when I look at them and I'm watching the game last night, their defense is still there. Like across the board, all 5 guys are going to play hard on defense. What you're going to get from the Raptors. Their offense hadn't really been, so they have been trying to push the pace more. Lowry had to get hot in the fourth quarter last night. I'm watching Boucher last night. He still had like 7 blocks. I'm talking about he was going Mutombo in there, man. If you brought anything in there, he was sending your shit back, man. So I actually still like the Raptors defense. There's just their offense they haven't been able to do. It's been Kyle Lowry, Fran VanVleet, then maybe Siakam. Nobody else gives them any offense. So, don't get it twisted. The Blazers don't play any defense. So it actually is a good recipe for the Raptors. They have the better defense in this game. Like I could see the Raptors coming in here, sneaking in this number and possibly getting a win, even though it's a back-to-back. They play light years better defense. If they can push the pace and get their offense on the level with the Blazers, because that's what always worries me about the Blazers, Junior. I know that they have a good couple of perimeter defenders out there in Covington and Jones, but Dame and CJ are still absolute defensive liabilities. Like that's what it is. If you have a 1 and 2 that's guarding them and can get off, so Lowry and VanVleet in theory should feast tonight. You hopefully nobody rests tonight because Lowry played that whole fourth quarter. He played the whole fourth quarter. That was one thing that I was watching. I always watch the games when they play a back-to-back. So, but it'd be interesting to see what's up, Junior.
Because I know you hate Lowry. Isn't Lowry one of those guys?
I can't stand Lowry. I can't stand Lowry. All right, I'm sorry.
But you have to respect that he plays hard as hell, though.
He does. But look, last night he was saying, like, this dude he was going back and forth with Golden State bench. So he's saying, oh, dude can't guard me. Bro, you just went and flopped on the ground and fell down for a foul call, but saying the dude can't guard you, which he couldn't, but it just was crazy. That play call, he flopped to get the foul call and then got up saying the dude can't guard. It was just hilarious, but he does play hard. He is a bulldog. And I mean, he's good at drawing fouls. I have to give credit as credit's due, but as a basketball fan, I can't stand watching Kyle Lowry play. It's not real basketball. You're just trying to get fouls. But some other players in the NBA do it. De'Aaron Fox starting to do it a lot more. They're just starting to see, like, if I just throw my body into the defender and go up, the ref's gonna call it. And that's the NBA. That's why it's tough for me to watch these games, man. I don't just ticky-tack shit. But all right, that's enough. I'm sorry, guys. Pacers Kings. Next game up. Pacers versus Kings. Real intriguing one, guys. Real intriguing game. Pacers here off a loss. The Kings are just absolutely in free fall. They still have minutes restrictions on Halliburton, on De'Aaron Fox. We don't even know if some of these guys are going to play here, man. It's a real intriguing game. I wish we had Jordan on here, but BlackJack, what are you thinking about this game? Line moved up from 3.5 to 5.5 with the Pacers, and I had to say I agree with the move. Kings aren't getting any of my money right now. They're a fade, BlackJack. Any looks on this game?
Yeah, I'm laying the points with the Pacers. I mean, you hit the nail on the head, brother. Free fall. They are a team in free fall in Sacramento. The minutes restrictions with Fox and Halliburton they've been odd with the way that they're playing, the two of them. You might not have Buddy Hield. You might not have Holmes tonight. Even if you do, I don't know that it makes a hell of a lot of difference. They've lost 5 out of 6 and looked awful in doing so. I mean, there is no reason to back this team, period, right now. I'm taking the Pacers here, laying the points.
Exactly. Now you hit the hit because there's no way in hell that I could take the Kings right now. I'm sorry, especially with all this going on. Junior, what you thinking? Do the Kings shock everybody tonight or what? And the total opened up at 228.5 is down to 227 with the Pacers bringing some of their sticky defense in there.
I just don't see how. First of all, let me just say the Kings are just not a good basketball team. They're not managed well. They're not particularly coached well. And I don't even have anything against Bill Walton. Against Luke Walton. Bill Walton is a whole other conversation.
That guy is hilarious, bro.
I love Bill Walton.
Luke Walton, it's always something. Last year, he just wouldn't, he's always yanking Buddy Hield. He wouldn't start him. this year it's or before what's his name? The kid from Duke, the big Bagley. His minutes are all over the place. I just don't like the way that this team is managed, coached, run in any way, shape, or form, to be honest with you. So the fact that they started off well and are in free fall again, isn't this what they are? This is who they are. There's no possible way that I could back them against a team like Indiana, who's the complete opposite of that. Indiana might not be the most talented team in the world, but it's one thing that I know. They're going to be organized. They're going to play hard. Remember last year there was a point where Indiana, I was making jokes because the Pacers at one point were playing every goddamn person named Holiday on their team, and they were still getting wins with everybody out. So it's Pacers or nothing. I know I'm not really analyzing the current events, but I mean, just look at the two organizations. The Pacers are a serious team trying to win, trying to build. The Sacramento Kings are a joke of a team, in my opinion. So that hot start that they had, because they did look good. I can't pretend that they didn't. They did look good to start the season. Mm-hmm. It seems like a distant memory because right now you can't even watch them. They're just trash, bro. Like, God, they're terrible.
Yeah, now they are. The Pacers have won 6 out of the last 7 in the series. I'm looking at the Pacers. They do play the Warriors tomorrow, so hopefully they don't rest anybody. You always got to take into account, especially in today's NBA, so soft. Guys can't play back-to-back anymore, so you just always something to keep in. But they could. So far, only person is out is TJ because the backup point guard is out for the Pacers, and it is the reason why it looks so terrible versus the Suns. And if I had known that TJ McConnell was been out, because I think we didn't even find it out that he was on maternity leave until like during the game or whatever. But he was out last game. He's out for this one as well, still with his wife. He had a kid or had a, you know what I'm saying, his birth of his child. So he's still out, backup point guard. This team is still better than the Kings. Kings don't even like they want to win right now, man. Like I say, Walton, he's not an NBA coach, in my opinion, man. Luke Walton is not an NBA coach. That little stretch that he went through with Golden State, that was because of the players. It wasn't because of the coach. Like, I could have been the coach out there with Steph, you know what I'm saying, Katie, everybody, and y'all going in the same row. Okay, give me a contract for the next 5 years, man. That was me. I did that. I called all the plays that you guys already been running and everything. So that's just a joke to me, guys. But what do you think about the total, BlackJack? Do you think that so we know the Kings run super fast. The Pacers kind of sort of slow it down just enough. What do you think about this total?
Honestly, I'd probably lean to the under if I were going to play it. I don't like it nearly as much as the side. I just don't trust the Kings to hold up their end of the bargain here. I mean, you can play fast if you want. You're going to miss fast right now with the way they're playing. So I don't trust them to hold up their end to get to the over.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a crazy, especially with the backup PG being out for the Pacers. Junior, do you think that the back-to-back with them facing the Warriors tomorrow has anything to do with this total going down or with the line going up?
It definitely has to be a factor. Not really sure how much of a factor this game I think it's a factor. I really do. I don't know if I want to call it a tough spot though, because I actually think that the Pacers are I really think the Pacers are gonna win by margin. I almost want to make it my other official play, but I just need to look into it a bit more. But I just don't like anything about the Kings right now, and I like BlackJack's call laying the points with the Pacers.
Gotcha. And what I always say is if you like some of these bets, man, this Pacers game was at 4 last night. So, I mean, if you're looking at NBA or whatever, know that you're going to bet the NBA. And sometimes you have to get out ahead of these games. The Blazers was -4 last night. Pacers was -4 last night. Like, I wake up and see that one they had 5.5. I'm not surprised at all. And there was one more game. Oh, yeah, the Grizzlies game. This Grizzlies versus – damn, we got to talk about the Grizzlies versus Cavs game. That wasn't even on the rundown. But that game was +2.5 last night. The Grizzlies were +2.5. Now this morning they're -2.5. So, guys, let's go ahead and talk about this one. Intriguing game. This is one. This is another one, man. We got the Cavs come back to the house off a 6-game road trip, guy. They was on the road forever. Now they come back to the house. They just beat the Grizzlies. It was like a sort of comeback from behind win. Yeah. They came back at the last second. Isaac Okoro came back with a huge block for the Grizzlies there, and then they end up like it was a game-saving block. It would have, you know what I'm saying? So the Cavs end up winning that game 94-90 in Memphis. BlackJack, you have any look on this game?
No, and I liked Cleveland in that game against Memphis in Memphis, but Garland isn't playing for Cleveland tonight. Colin Sexton is, I think, questionable for this game. He may not be playing. If he is, he's certainly not going to be at 100%. We talked about the lineup the Sixers are trotting out there. Take a look at the lineup Memphis is throwing out there. That's a lineup I don't want any part of. If I were going to play this game, I'd play Cleveland, and without knowing Sexton's status, I'm not doing that either.
Got you. Junior, what do you think on this one, my guy? We got the Cavs coming back to the house. Are the Cavs for real? And I do think that so they just signed Yogi Ferrell to a 10-day contract this morning. That kind of sort of leads me to believe that maybe Sexton may be out. He did have an ankle injury. He sat the last 2 games out, so he could possibly be good to go. That is definitely a big question mark if you're betting this game. Junior, what you think about this one, my guy?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's just too much of an unknown in this sense. Sexton and Garland take like a third of the shots on that team. So who's replacing that production? I just think that's for me to think that I know enough about this team to handicap them that well. First of all, offensively, even with Sexton and Garland, they're not great. Without them, they're an absolute disaster. The only reason the Cavs even have the wins that they have is because they're actually playing some of the best defense in the NBA. Which, if to be fair, Sexton and Garland are not the reason that they're playing great defense, right? So they still do have their great defenders, which are Larry Nance Jr. and Andre Drummond. But how are they going to get points? Who's scoring points on that team? Like BlackJack talked about Memphis's roster. I think both of these rosters, even with Drummond and Nance on Cleveland, God damn, this is a struggle. Man. This is gonna be some ugly. What's the total in this game, by the way? I literally
206 and as it should be for low ass total. This is another one. It opened at 208.5, Junior. If you like this total, it was sitting there all last night. Now it's down to 206. If you're missing out and you bet in NBA, you got to get on some of them the night before. You have to, Junior. What you
think of this total?
I would still play it under. I'd still play it under. I don't
way
think
you can
these
look.
Teams can score. I really don't. It's going to take such an effort for these teams to get over this total. I'd be playing it under.
Yeah, I mean, if I had a look without even knowing what Memphis's team total is, but obviously I have an idea because of the spread and the score, I would take Memphis's team total under probably.
Gotcha. I'm one to think. So this is what I think in this game. I do think that the Grizzlies are going to get some revenge today. Because like this line's moved for a reason. I really do think the Grizzlies going to get some revenge. It's another thing, fading the team off a long road trip coming back to the house, but not even that. So we know what the Browns did last night. Who's to say that this? The Cavs were watching the game because I followed some of the players on Twitter. They were watching the game. Who said they would have a few little drinks? You know what I'm saying? They have a little party last night, a little football party because the Browns were excited to be in the game. They're excited to win. Cleveland, the whole city of Cleveland is erratic, is ecstatic, is ready. Why weren't they have a few little drinks, little glasses of wine last night, or just not ready for this game as much as Yeah, let me see. Sorry, my guys, my shit went out. Let me see, Junior. Break them off with your picks, my guy.
I'm actually only have one official play, and it's the Suns. First half full game. I've been cashing the Suns all season long, so. I'm going to keep riding that train until the wheels fall off.
I like it, man. I like it. I listen, Phoenix for me is a play tonight too. I'm taking the Suns laying the points. I'm taking the points with the Knicks. I love the over in Toronto and Portland. And I'm also taking laying the points with the Pacers.
My bad, guys. My damn earpods went dead. So my earpods went dead, my guy. I couldn't even hear you. But yeah, Junior, would you go with your picks now, my guy?
Oh, I already did. So unless still can't hear me.
My bad. No, I can hear you.
Okay, so let them know what you got, Jay. Go ahead.
My official picks. I did take the Grizzlies on the money line. This was last night, so I'm just going to official play. Got the Grizzlies to win, and I'm with the Knicks, my guy. I'm on the Knicks with my guy BlackJack Fletcher. I think it's a winnable game for him. I would be surprised to see the Knicks win this game. The Hornets as favorites are absolute frauds. Underdogs. Hornets are a backer. Devontae Graham, he's still struggling as well. It's definitely going to be something to watch. The Knicks guard the three-point line. They should be able to come away with the win here. We'll see what happens. Nothing guaranteed, my guys, but I do like the Knicks, and I did take the Grizzlies. Maybe a little hungover game for the Cavs here, my guys. But sorry about my shit going out. I make sure my AirPods are charged. And out of all my times, me using AirPods, that's the first time that they went dead. So it really did kind of throw me off there. But that's the show today, my guys. That's the show today. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. We got my guy BlackJack Fletcher. He will be with us here every day on the show. Now, BlackJack, real quick, I got to ask you, are you good for Saturdays?
Generally, yes.
Okay.
This Saturday, out of town. After that, always here.
Got you, for sure. Yeah, I'll just communicate with it, you know what I'm saying, beforehand. So that's my guy BlackJack, though. We're gonna be cashing tickets for the rest of this NBA season. Here for the news, here for the near future, my guy. That's my guy Junior Browne, and I'm J Money. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Jim with J Money. Be back tomorrow.